And we are live. Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of my kings, queens, princes, and princesses. Julian Virgin coming to you. This is not the Wave Cave. However, I'm sitting on my couch right now, very comfortable. Again, happy Monday. Day got started off tremendously. Woke up first thing, maybe like 5:30. Got up, went to the restroom, threw some water on my face, and I got out to my 6 a.m. cardio kickboxing class. It was lit. I never knew that I could sweat so much. I just been doing this cardio kickboxing class at SPG Straight Blast Gym Atlanta last couple of weeks, and it's been healthy for me. I need to like get up, get out, just get my body flowing. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been a little insecure about the way I've been looking. When I look in the mirror, I just see a lot of skin and bones, and I want to just put on just a little bit of muscle, just tone it up just a little bit. So yeah, been able to just get out, get up, work with Coach Min in the morning. Also, just a really cool group of people. I just respect anybody who gets up at 6 a.m. in the morning. So been working with those folk in the morning after class, and it was a good workout. Was hitting the bag, hands up, working on my jab, my straight, my cross, a couple elbows, some knees, a lot of cardio, a lot of then we do like ab workouts too. So again, it was a good workout. Following that, went to the grocery store, got some ginger, some lemon, hooked up a nice cup of tea this morning. Got back to the crib, had a parfait. Daughter woke up, she did her thing, and set up all this nice equipment and decided to check it out. I don't know if y'all see right now. You should be able to see if you're looking at the screen, but I have this nice handy dandy Shure SM7B microphone. I really wanted to get on today just to check it out and just to feel how it feels and maybe see how it sounds and just check it out. So here we are, checking out the new microphone. I figured just make the investment into myself. If we're gonna do this for real, if we're gonna like really pot it out, let's pot it out. Let's get the professional quality. I watch a lot of people talk on YouTube, and I realize they have either this mic or the other long shotgun mic. So this is what we're working with. I'm just this morning getting up and testing it and see how it feels, how it flows, how should I be holding it. You see it's dropping as we speak. My tripod isn't doing exactly what I needed to do. So I'll continue to make the necessary adjustments and preparations. But hey, here we are. This weekend, it's a cool weekend. Friday I had a gig. Friday I had a gig at Lake Forest Elementary School. Shout out to the staff over there, and shout out to my friends over there at Solidarity Sandy Springs for just even giving me this opportunity. I feel like, and with what I do, when I say I'm gigging, this is me spinning records and just providing the energy, providing the vibes, mood manager, vibe provider. And it's crazy because now it's strictly just word of mouth. Like, I don't really promote that I spin records, that I mood manage, that I vibe provide. You can check that out on julianversion.com, but just on my regular everyday, I don't promote on my Instagram that, hey, I'm DJing, because I'm really more focused on doing stuff like this for a living. So to be able to always stay booked DJing, I really appreciate it. So did that. It was like a trunk or treat essentially for elementary school. And, there was hundreds of kids that were out there trick-or-treating, with their parents, and they were dressed in costumes. My daughter came, my nephew came, and we had a good time. It was a good time. 2-hour event. Afterwards, my girl and I and my daughter and my sister and my nephew, we all went out to Bar Taco. We had some dinner afterwards. It was cool. It was a nice vibe. That was Friday night. Came home. Did I play any video games that night? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm big on Madden. I've been playing a lot of Madden here recently because it is football season. Saturday morning. What did I do on Saturday? I feel like Saturday was it an off day? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's crazy how like the days just fly. But yeah, Saturday was cool. my buddy Charlie finally got a PlayStation 5, so we were able to play Madden again for the first time in a long time. So that was felt actually really, really good to play with him. What else did I do on Saturday? I did watch a lot of football. Oh, Saturday morning, I got up, I went to my cardio kickboxing class, and then I did jujitsu afterwards. So it was like a 2 hour stint at the gym, maybe like 2.5 hours stint at the gym. I had a really good time. I was super tired after all that, man. Like, just doing the cardio kickboxing and then switching over to a different discipline in jujitsu. It was cool. It was a good workout and definitely necessary. Yeah, did that, came home, passed out, had to take a nap. I was very tired, very sleepy after all that. Woke up, watched some football, made dinner. Dinner was cool. I think I made some steak. I left the house and I got some steak at Publix, our handy dandy Publix. Did that. We ate dinner, broke bread, prayed as a family. After that, watched the Jake Paul and Anderson Silva fight. Matter of fact, before the Jake Paul and Anderson Silva fight, before I made dinner, I watched the Xfinity Series race at Martinsville. I really, really enjoyed this race. So this is the second to last race before the season is up, and this is also a cutoff race. They went from 8 racers, 8 teams to 4 teams at the end of this race, and there's a lot of different drama going on, and I was completely locked into my television screen as AJ Allmendinger and Justin Allgaier were fighting for that fourth cutoff spot. I love the way that they raced. They raced each other hard. It was a little chippy, but it was still clean. It was respectful racing. It was tough racing, but it was respectful racing. May the best man win. AJ Allmendinger ended up cutting a tire after they were going back and forth, but it was just good short track racing. Moving to the front of the field, they had Ty Gibbs and Brandon Jones racing for, the win. But Brandon Jones, he needed to win in order to move on to the next round. Ty Gibbs was already in the next round, so he was really only racing for a win. But him and Brandon Jones were teammates, and they raced very hard towards the end of that race. And I thought that maybe somebody would just whisper in Ty Gibbs' ear, like, hey, like, you're already advanced to the next round. Your teammate needs this victory to advance to the next round. But he obviously did not get that memo. He wrecked Brandon Jones with what I believe may have been a lap, maybe 2 laps to go in the race. Just straight pushed him out the way and then just wrecked him. And it was really, really distasteful the way that race ended. I like Ty Gibbs too. But just the way that he went about that wasn't gangster at all. And the fans definitely let him know about it when he pulled around to the front to get the checkered flag and did his donuts. He got out the car and they were booing him, but I like the way that he leaned into being the villain. If you're gonna be the bad guy, be the bad guy all the way. So that was cool. It was a good race, nonetheless. Very, very entertaining from a fan's perspective. I was entertained. There was a lot of different storylines. The top 4 is set for next week. Look forward to seeing who takes home the Xfinity Series championship. I really do think it's going to be a Ty Gibbs, though. I think he's been the strongest car all year, him or Noah Gragson. So we shall see. Yeah, fast forward into a little bit later on that evening after dinner, we watched Jake Paul and Anderson Silva do battle. I can't even lie. Jake Paul, he's been growing on me a lot. He has been growing on me a lot here as of recent. Now, Jake Paul, YouTuber, I guess that's a title that you can use now. Jake Paul's a YouTuber, but he has put in the work over the last couple of years to become a professional boxer, and he has been like boxing all different types of opponents, mainly mixed martial arts opponents. And as a mixed martial arts fan, as an MMA journalist, he's definitely captivated, my attention, definitely caught my attention. And so on Saturday night, he fought Anderson Silva. Anderson the Spider Silva is an absolute legend, maybe the greatest UFC middleweight of all time, 185-pound middleweight of all time. When I was growing up, when I first started watching MMA, Anderson Silva was that dude. He was just flashy. His striking was just on point. He was just that dude. As he got older and his career fizzled out in martial arts, you saw that he was human, that he was an older man, and he started getting beat, but that's still Anderson the Spider Silva. And so at 47, just got into got into the ring with a 25-year-old stud now in Jake Paul. They fought 8 rounds in Phoenix, Arizona, maybe Scottsdale, Arizona. It was a fascinating fight, back and forth. I thought Anderson Silva definitely took round 2, maybe round 3, and then maybe a little later round, but they were going back and forth. Just ultimately in that 8th round, Jake Paul ended up sitting him down with a nice counter. I believe it was a counter left. No, it was maybe a counter right. I think it was a counter right-hand shot that sat him down, which ultimately won him the fight. But I think Jake Paul, at the end of the day, I respect him because he's now, he's made himself legitimate. He's fought former opponents. He's found his own lane, essentially. He's created his own lane within boxing and has become a draw, somebody that I actually want to see whenever he fights. I'm interested. I want to see what he's doing. So, and I noticed there's a lot of people that are rooting for him to lose, and I think that makes somebody a lot more appealing. If you have a lot of people that want him to lose, a lot of people that want him to win, at the end of the day, all eyeballs are going to be on him when he decides to actually step into the ring. And being that now he's throwing shows on his own promotion, I just got to respect it. I respect Jake Paul. At first, it was very cringeworthy, and you could tell, he's still a young kid. But look, at the end of the day, man, he's making money doing what he loves to do, and now has captivated an audience and created his own lane within it. So, salute to Jake Paul. He won that fight fair and square. I'm excited to see what he has coming up next. I think he's going to be fighting a Nate Diaz. That's who he called out. Shout out to Nate. Was it not 305? One of those area codes, 905, one of those area codes, 904, I don't know, 901, one of those California area codes. So that should be dope. Well, hello, Sarai. You want to get on the video? Come on. Come over here and say what's up. We're trying to potty train our daughter right now, so she's walking around in her like underwear right now. These are pretty fascinating. I haven't really seen her in these ever. But yeah, happy Monday. Oh, fast forward to Sunday. Sunday, always a great day. Sundays are always great, especially Sundays in the fall, when you're able to watch NFL football for 8 hours undisturbed on Red Zone. I swear Red Zone is the greatest program on television. Shout out to my man Scott Hansen. Watched a ton of football. My New York Football Giants ended up losing to the Seattle Seahawks. Shout out to Geno Smith. Geno Smith is fire. I'm actually a big fan of Geno. He used to play for the Giants for literally one game. He started one game and they put him back on the bench. But just to see his growth, it's very inspiring because, at first people counted him out. And I think he's 6, 7, 8 years in the game. And now he's finally getting an opportunity to shine, and he's shining. He looks like a solid NFL quarterback. He's not a liability. He's actually somebody that can go out there and win you a game. And I think we saw that yesterday. So shout out to Geno Smith. The Seahawks improved to 5-3, while the Giants caught their second L of the season, but they're still 6-2. I'll take that any day of the week. We had 2 costly fumbles by my man Richie James, but it's all good. They kept Saquon Barkley in check, but hey, Saquon can't be Superman every week. Now, one other thing I did watch yesterday was the Xfinity 500, which was the NASCAR Cup Series race at Martinsville. It was another great race, great theater per usual. It was a cutoff race, just like the Xfinity race yesterday. It was a cutoff race. A lot of different drivers were battling for their spot in the top 4 so they can compete for a championship next week at Phoenix. However, it was very interesting at the end. My man Christopher Bell was in a winner-go-home situation. He's not really all that good at Martinsville Speedway, but he got the dub. He got the victory, another walk-off victory, his second walk-off victory of this playoff season to advance to the championship four, which left a couple of drivers at the bottom fighting for a position. Now, at the very end, it was Denny Hamlin and my man Ross Chastain. And look, Ross Chastain, man, he's been entertaining all season long. I've just really enjoyed watching Ross. just go for broke. He doesn't care. He's not trying to make friends out there. He is literally the most aggressive driver out there, and he's trying to win every single week. And I think that's good. That new blood is good for NASCAR, and I think it's a good storyline. And I think you always need characters in whatever you're doing. And Ross Chastain is his own character, but he was definitely looking on the outside in on the very last lap. But then he hit maybe one of the most incredible race moves I've ever seen in my life, and just literally dive bomb and sacrifice his whole car and won around the outside and gained 5 positions in one corner, doing something that nobody else has ever done, literally wrecking his car in order to make these spots up. But he did that and more and was able to advance into the championship for us. So, look, if you ain't, I don't even want to call that cheating. If you're not doing everything you can to win, or do you really want to win? And I mean, he wanted it badly, and you saw in that move that he pulled yesterday that he did the damn thing. So shout out to Ross Chastain. Disappointed for my man Denny Hamlin, but this, if we're being completely honest, Denny Hamlin hasn't had the greatest season because he really hasn't been as consistent all year. Although in the playoffs he's been extremely consistent, just racking up top 10 after top 10 after top 10. But he just ran into somebody in Ross Chastain who wanted it more and was willing to do whatever it took in order to get it. And he did that on the very last lap. So shout out to Ross. I look forward to watching next week between Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, and Joey Logano. I am taking Ross Chastain next week. Even though I don't know what his record is at Phoenix, I'm rooting for Ross Chastain. After what he did last week, I am rooting for Ross Chastain. He's officially my favorite driver in NASCAR right now. So shout out to him. I hope this microphone is sounding good too. Shout out to the microphone. This week's also a big week. This week on Friday, November 4th, we'll be at Tannery Row for NFC 151, Jesse Wable's Amateur Series. There's a lot of really unique and interesting fights going on. I will be announcing those fights. I am excited to be there and just watch these guys compete. I love Tannery Row. I think Tannery Row is an amazing venue. And, NFC Pod will be happening tomorrow night, Tuesday night. And honestly, me being able to do the NFC Pod every Monday night, because most of the time it's on Mondays. Today is Halloween, special Halloween broadcast. Being able to do the NFC Pod every Monday night has just inspired me to really go even further with my journalism and just buying this microphone and just being a lot more professional in what I'm doing, because I really enjoyed doing the NFC Pod, and I just want to just do more pods and just practice. And so this is just a practice run, a tester, a Monday check-in, a weekend recap, a new Shure Microphone Check. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out the NFC Pod every Monday. This week we'll be doing a special edition on Tuesday because tonight is Halloween. But it's all in preparation for NFC 151 at Tannery Row. So look forward to just being out there. I'll be getting my my announcer cards ready throughout the week. Also got to cop a new outfit. I got to get my hair done. I need a haircut. I haven't really been doing that much grooming throughout the month as I used to do. I used to go to the barbershop twice a month, every 2 weeks, but now it's more like once a month as I've been letting my hair grow out, man. But hey, it's all a new season. So here we are. Hope y'all enjoyed today's broadcast. Today's damn near 20-minute broadcast, but we're here. This is what we do. Dropping jewels with Julian Virgin. Until the next time, support a hustler, JulianVirgin.com. Peace.